Excavation Profits Podcast by Excavation Marketing Pros. Interviews with successful excavation and septic business owners, revealing how they market and grow their business in today's economy. Hear directly from the most successful leaders in your business and discover what they're doing to keep their phone ringing, equipment running, and businesses booming. Now your host, Scott Andreessen.
Well, hello everyone. This is Scott with Excavation Marketing Pros. And in today's workshop, we're going to be doing a lead training on how excavation and septic pros are using Google Local Services to maximize lead flow for their businesses. So I'm going to start off sharing my screen here. Let me go ahead and do that now so I can show you how this works, show you how you can set it up for your business to start maximizing leads and getting customers off this platform. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So in case you're new to Excavation Marketing Pros, we are dedicated to the success of excavation and septic contractor businesses and helping them grow through effective digital marketing. So this is part of our accelerated growth model where we drive leads using organic search, free methods, paid methods, which this method I'm going to be showing you, Google Local Services, is an example of a paid method. We also show how to drive leads using your existing client database. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And we have the accelerated growth roadmap for excavation and septic contractors. And every month, if you follow along with us, we do trainings like this on how to drive leads, maximize conversions, and optimize results to get you the highest return on investment from your marketing. So this is an example of paid ads. Actually, I should say paid leads. This is a lead program and how you can profitably tap into paid traffic sources to drive unlimited targeted leads without overspending and dealing with tire kickers. So if you're tuning into this, I need your attention, please. Turn off your cell phones, close out extra tabs. If you're serious about getting better results for your excavation or septic business online, the next 60 minutes are going to make all the difference in the world. Now, we do have plenty of free, helpful resources to help you grow your excavating or septic business. You can access those at excavationmarketingpros.com/quick links. And when you go to this, it's going to pull up a mobile-friendly site that's going to have different buttons of tools and documents and resources to help you grow your business online. And one of those is a free mastermind group that you can see here, which is called the Excavation and Septic Success Network. And you can join this group for free. It's on Facebook, and we release all of our latest tips, tricks, tactics, everything right there, expert interviews. We have plenty of experts come on, share their stories, share their expertise on how they're scaling their businesses in today's market. So you can go to that link, excavationmarketingpros.com/quick links, join that free mastermind group, and get in on the action. So let's get into it. We have worked with hundreds of business owners since our start in 2009. Now, Excavation Marketing Pros at that time was not what it is today. We were more of a generalist contractor style marketing business where we worked with a bunch of different outdoor construction contractors. And as time moved on, we niched down specifically into excavation and septic as of 2022. And so now we only work with excavation and septic businesses just like yours. And so what I'm going to tell you is not hearsay. It's not theory. This is literally what is working best in today's market to move the needle for excavation and septic contractors. There on this slide, I'm showing some images of clients that we've worked with. You do not need to be a client to get the benefit of the strategies that I'm going to show you here today. You can execute this on your own, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So in this workshop, you'll learn the same successful strategies that other septic, wastewater, and excavation contractors are using with their marketing to generate dramatic changes in their businesses and lives. Here's an example of a client's dashboard, their CRM, tracking $2.57 million worth of sales bids in their pipeline. Here's another one tracking $433,000. Here's another one tracking over $800,000. And these results are based purely on digital marketing. They're not 100% from the Google Local Services I'm going to show you today, but Google Local Services plays a major role in the leads coming into their businesses and the results they're getting. So to achieve success on our end, for what it's worth, we believe in a multi-pronged, comprehensive approach, that there is no magic shiny bullet. You know, it's not going to be just a website with SEO. It's not going to be just Facebook ads. It's usually a combination of both that creates that massive web and covers all the bases to get you the best results for your business. This way, if one of those things is failing, if Google slaps you with an algorithm update and all the SEO rankings fall, you've got other things working to bring you in high quality leads and customers. And you can use your excavation or septic business on Google to get high value jobs with the strategies I show you today. This one is specifically for Google, to bring in new leads and customers for your business. Now, who am I? Why should you even listen to me? I mean, look at this guy. He's wearing a red shirt and he's sitting in what looks to be like some sort of a barn room. I don't know what you would call this, but I've got 15 years experience in digital marketing, for what it's worth. I've been an expert speaker at NOWRA, that's the National On-Site Wastewater and Recycling Association, at their mega conference for 2024, discussing digital marketing. There I am right there in the bottom right corner. You can see me. Also, I am a published author of a book, Excavation and Septic Internet Marketing Profits. I do have another one coming out within a month or so be on the lookout for that. Newly updated, where we discuss how to get results using AI, automation. So it's a lot of new updates in there to get you results. Here's my first book, Excavation Septic Internet Marketing Profits. We only serve excavation and septic businesses, and we've successfully launched hundreds of websites and marketing campaigns, proving that what I'm going to show you really does work. So who is this for? Excavation and septic contractors. That's you guys, my friends. If you're a veterinarian, if you're a home remodeler, you're not in the right place. This will not help you. However, if you are specifically looking to bring in leads and high value jobs for septic installs and repairs, drain fields, excavation projects like site prep, land clearing, house pads, grading, mulching, demolition, you are in the right place, and you're going to get a tremendous amount of value out of this. So over the years, we've learned what works and what doesn't. An example of what works is on the left side of your screen here. If you're listening in, it is showing a CRM with leads flowing in, clearly marked where the leads are coming from. That's new opportunities. People raising their hand. Yes, I'm interested in your services. That feels really good. What doesn't feel good is when it doesn't work. The image on the right shows a picture of someone holding burning money in their hand. Ouch. We've all been there before. It doesn't feel good. marketing is intangible, right? So when it doesn't work, it just feels like burning money. When it does work, it's like you're creating money out of thin air. So my promise to you is this. By the end of this full workshop training, you will have a complete understanding of proven best practices, how to maximize Google local services for the ideal excavation and septic leads that you want. And our mission here is simple: to triple the sales of 500 excavation and septic companies. So I do need your attention. Turn off those cell phones, folks, unless you're listening on a cell phone. Focus, close the door to your office, exit out of other browsers, remove distractions. So if you're serious about getting results for your excavation or septic business, the next 60 minutes will change your life. So we're going to cover today what Google Local Services is, where it's actually active, how it works, how you can jump on board if you haven't already, what it takes to rank in the top 3 results, and how you can take advantage of high quality leads at a low cost per lead and maximize your return on investment to truly win with local service ads. So if you're new to it, we're going to show you how to set it up yourself right now. If you're already using it, we're going to show you how to optimize it so you can get even more leads of higher quality and lower that cost per lead. And if you stay till the end of this workshop, we've got a little special bonus for you. You will get the ultimate excavation and septic website conversion machine blueprint, as well as the top search keywords for excavation on Google. And we're also including septic in there. They're all lumped together for excavation and septic. And I will show you how to access that if you stay till the end. Now, I showed you some results earlier of clients' dashboards, the results that they're getting. And while I cannot guarantee you the same results as them, I can promise you the same blueprint they use through this training here today. And if you execute on these strategies you learned today, you should definitely see an increase in the quantity and quality of leads you get online. So, what's the hardest part about marketing your excavation or septic business online? I would love to hear from you wherever you're tuning in. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Zoom, wherever you are, go ahead and comment below. Yeah. Bill's saying just getting the leads. I hear you. Erica says getting quality leads. Absolutely. So I agree. Those are a couple of the hardest parts. And the great thing about Google Local Services is they do offer to refund, credit you back on unqualified leads. On jobs that you don't even pay for. So that's really cool about this particular program. So what is Google's Local Services? It's this right here. So it works on top keyword phrases that your next customer is typing into Google to trigger these types of ads to put you at the absolute top of Google. So an example would be, like I show on my screen, excavation companies near city name, septic companies near city name, different services you offer locally. These ads appear right up top, as you can see, and they have a little Google guaranteed badge, a little green checkbox next to it. And it gives your customer the opportunity to simply click to call on their smartphone, or they can direct message you through the app. And then that in turn becomes a lead, which then You go out, you do your site visit, and you close the job. That's how this works. So there they are, right up top, message or call. And here is kind of a high-level view of what this looks like. So as you can see, here's a Google search results page, the full page. At the very, very top, you have those Google guaranteed ads, which are the local services. And there might be 2 there, there might be 3 there, but they're right up top. Below that, you have something different. It's still an ad. It says sponsored, but those ads are actually from Google Ads PPC, a completely different product. And then below that is Google Maps listings, also called the Google Business Profile. Okay? So we're going to be discussing those ads right up the very, very top. So why does it matter? 87% of consumers search Google when looking for home service providers. These ads pop up for excavation and septic service search keywords. So go ahead and do that yourself at any time. You will see these Google guaranteed ads showing up at the absolute top for the different services you offer. It's the number one place your customers are looking when they need your services. Local service ads come up first in the results on mobile and desktop as of right now. And there is no higher intent prospect than the customer who is proactively looking for your services at that moment in time. So that's the beauty, is before they get you, they will have been typing in what you do. And ideally, what you want to do is have your business show up at the exact moment they're typing that in Google. You must have a plan to win with Google Local Services, and I'm going to show you how to map that out. So how do you sign up? First off, it is active pretty much all across the US. You're going to be hard-pressed to find a location where it's not active right now. So it's a good time to hop on board. There is a long link to get to it. I have shortened it for you. You can go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/GLSA sign up. So that's bit.ly/GLSA sign up. And that's not some opt-in. That will literally just take you straight to the Google Local Services sign up page for your business. You must complete the Google Local Services application to do this. So they will not let you just set up an ad. You have to do an application first. They will run a background check on you and your employees that enter the property. So a little hack on this is you don't need to submit all your employees. You can just submit yourself, and that will be sufficient. They're going to do a license check, a background via Pinkerton Consulting. They will require insurance. So you're going to have to do a certificate of insurance and upload that. So business owners, technicians, complete the background check. Again, you really just need one, and that would be sufficient. Once it's approved, you will pay on a pay-per-lead basis, not a pay-per-click, not a pay-per-view, but an actual pay-per-lead. So you will get the lead. And the other thing is nice is these leads are 100% exclusive to your business. It's not like an Angie situation where you're getting the lead, but then it's shared with a bunch of other contractors in your area. These are yours and yours alone. We've seen for excavation and septic services anywhere from $25 to $45 a lead. And those prices can go up, they can go down, but that's a pretty good guesstimate of where they will fall. Prices do vary by city and industry. And so the next thing I want to show you guys is how do you actually bid on this? How do you pay for these? So you can do two options. You can let Google set the right bid amount for you. It's an automated billing system where Google will maximize the number of leads you get by adjusting your bid for you. And then the automatic bids protect your monthly budget. So you can give it a monthly budget, say, I don't want to spend any more than this, and it's going to work to get you the most amount of leads within that budget. Or you can manually set a max bid amount of how much you are willing to pay for a lead. And then how are you charged for Google local services? So you set a weekly budget that limits the total number of leads you receive at any given week. For example, if you have a budget of $2,000 per month, then you would just set a weekly budget of $500, right? 500 times 4 weeks in a month would be around $2,000. So that's $71 a day, cost per lead $35. So you could get 57 leads per month or 14 leads a week, which would equal 2 per day. And then once your weekly budget is spent, what they do is just remove your ads. They just won't show until the next week. Hopefully that makes sense. You may get a different number of leads from day to day, but you will never spend more than your designated weekly budget on this. And then you also have the ability to immediately dispute leads if you receive a lead that's not valid. And then there's other times where they will detect for you the leads that aren't valid, and you don't even need to dispute those. They have a system in place that can detect like robocalls and spam, and they do not charge you for those. So it's kind of a safeguard. So here's an example of leads that don't count while we're at it. They have a dispute category called solicitation. If their AI system doesn't detect it, you can actually dispute these and get a refund for wrong numbers. If they were calling to try and sell you a product or service, if it was someone seeking employment, they don't count those. Or if the caller didn't discuss your business at all, they will actually just credit you back and you don't pay for it. Spam, if it was a robocall, they can detect pre-recorded calls. You do not pay for those. If the location is not served, so you can set your service area in there and it works really well. The customer or the potential customer, when they communicate their location, if it's not actually one of the service areas that you've checked off in the dashboard, you don't pay for it. They will credit you back. The other thing is the services that if it's not a service you provide, you can get that credited back too. So some feedback from active users is that it is driving a lower cost per lead than PPC in most cases. Higher quality leads than Home Advisor is what we're hearing. Still get some price shoppers, and you do have to follow up quickly. That is key. But it's a solid return on investment from most of the clients who have jumped on board for this. So here's why this is a no-brainer for most excavation and septic contractors. First off, you show up at the top of the results when clients are looking for your services. That's a huge win. You only pay per lead, which makes it pretty low risk. Lower cost per lead than Google Ads pay per click. Higher quality leads than Home Advisor, and the ability to modify your budget based on your schedule. So, for instance, if you are booked solid, you can turn it off. You don't need to spend as much money. If you see that you're coming to the end and you need to drive more leads and build up more work, you can modify your budget. So the control is amazing. And so if you're thinking that this would work for you, consider letting us support you on this. Excavation Marketing Pros is well versed in Google local services and how this combines with an overall marketing approach for your business. However, you can sign up for local services on your own. This is the full link. If you didn't get the bit.ly link, this is the full link. You got to go to adwords.google.com/local services/sign up. You'll come to a page like this where you can get started on that application process. So how does the ranking work? Your proximity to potential customers' locations is a major factor. So if you serve a wide area of like 50 to 100 miles, that could, and the person is 100 miles away, then you're probably not going to get that. But the beauty of it is the closer you are to that person's location, the more likely it is to work. You receive, or your review score and the number of reviews you receive also plays a role in your rankings. Now, you only need one review on your Google Business Profile, and you must have a Google Business Profile. But you only need one review to start doing this. The more reviews you get, the more customers you get. Make sure that those customers are leaving you 5-star reviews. That is going to help your overall ranking and marketing. Your responsiveness to customer inquiries and requests plays a role. You need to keep in mind that what Google wants is to provide the best service for their customers. They want people that are going to answer the phone and not let it go to voicemail. So when you get a call from this, there is a 20-second time frame which they consider responsive. So you would want to be on the phone with someone for 20 seconds to keep the algorithm playing in your favor. Your business hours. Okay, so you can put in your hours of operation. Whether or not we've received serious or repeated complaints about your business, that's something that Google has explicitly stated. Is if there's been serious or repeated complaints about your business, then they may not rank you. In addition to these ranking factors, Google will attempt to spread out the leads you receive over time. This is to prevent you from spending your entire budget early in the budget period. Now, if your ad is generating leads more quickly than your budget can accommodate, you may see your rankings affected or your ad pause temporarily in order to more evenly spread out your results. So how do you win with this? How do you win with Google Local Services for your excavation or septic business? Dial in your service area, profile, and budget. They let you put in your zip codes. You could put in your cities. You could put in your counties. But the key is you do not want to put them all in. That will literally cause your ads not to show. So it's one of those three. You put in the zip codes. You can test putting in the counties. You can test putting in all your cities. Those are the three tests. Mark your jobs as booked. Okay, that does send a signal to the algorithm that you're active, that you're taking calls, that you're satisfying customers. So you want to mark your jobs as booked. Deal with disputes. When they come up, they want to see that you're working with the customer if there's any disputes. Drive verified reviews. Target an 85% booking rate in your reporting. So let's go ahead and set this up. I want to show you guys what that looks like. How to win with local service ads. First, dial in your profile. So you will have a profile, and this image kind of shows in the background there different a main category, and then different sub jobs of that category. So for instance, this one we're looking at here it's a landscaping category. It's got garden decorations, hardscapes, artificial turf, grading, sloping, landscape design, driveway or walkway paving. Some of these obviously are not going to apply to every single excavation contractor, but some of those do, especially grading and resloping. And what you need to keep in mind is the average consumer who's Googling this, they don't really know what they need. And they're not even sure what type of contractor they need. They just know they have a problem. So you need to take these categories with a grain of salt and be thinking in terms of, is it possible that my potential customer would be typing this in? And even if you get, say, 50 leads, and 40 of those leads are way off base, but you close several of those jobs and you're netting, $30,000-$40,000 in a month off of this, and you're only spending $2,000, by any yardstick of measure, you've gotten yourself a win. Now, the average contractor wouldn't see it that way. They'd say, oh, all these leads suck. I don't do this. You can continue to optimize it, but you need to look at the big picture, in my opinion, of, well, what is my cost to acquire a client? Yeah, I got, 50 leads and 40 of them sucked, but 10 of them were actually pretty good, and I closed several of them and I made a profit. So set your budget. You dial in your profile. It lets you set your budget. Open it up if you have the capacity. These are cost-effective leads. Update your ad schedule. You want to set it to your regular business hours of when you can actually take these calls. Set up your business bio. That's the thing about this too, is we see the most effective Google local service profiles are 100% complete. They have a business bio. They have pictures of their work, full pictures of their work uploaded to the system. They have pictures of their team. The point I'm trying to make is your whole profile for Google Local Services needs to be filled out entirely for this to be successful. Select your job types. Anything that you feel could fall into the realm of a potential customer, you should turn on, because the leads are cost effective enough that if you get some bad ones, it's going to even out and you can still get a high positive return on investment. Set up your service areas. We covered that. You got zip codes, counties, cities. Pick one version of that, test the results. If you're getting good lead flow, you're on the right track. If you're getting crickets, try one of the other two. Update your business hours. Add photos. Use a personal photo as the primary. People want to do business with other people, not companies. So use your personal photo as the primary image, and that seems to work really well. A lot of people, what I see a mistake they make is for the primary photo, they'll put a picture of like an excavator or a picture of some equipment or work. That's a no-no, because in the search results, you will show on the front page, they will actually put your picture right there on the front page of Google. And that's really nice because people can say, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to be talking to this person. Mark your jobs as booked. So when you get an incoming call, if it's good, if it sounds like a good potential lead, right? Mark it as booked. They're not going to ask you like, well, how much did you sell the job for? That's not how this works. But it tells the algorithm that you are working these calls, you are booking jobs, and that is satisfying the result. So hopefully that makes sense. You don't want to just take the call, go out, do your site visit, sell the job, but then not disposition it on the Google Local Services platform. Google will rate your responsiveness by how well you complete your jobs, marking them as booked or scheduled. Add the customer details, include an email, archive non-converted opportunities. And then number 3 on how to get the best results from your Google Local Services profile is to deal with disputes. So you won't be charged for disqualified leads. That's those that are outside of your service area, not a service you provide, things like that. And then the 4th piece of the puzzle to win with Google Local Service ads for your septic or excavation business is to drive verified reviews. So after you do that job, you can send them a link right here through the platform. See, there's a little button that says ask for review. If you click that, it will directly send them a link to your review page. That's one way to do that. Number of reviews is a major driver of your rankings for Google Local Services. They provide great service as always. Leverage the dashboard to drive verified reviews by entering the name and email and a quick request review button. Okay. And here's just a little screenshot of what that looks like. Super simple, right? You click ask for review. You're going to type in their email, their name, job type. You can specify that. The service location, you can specify that. And just click the checkbox. I confirm customer agreed to receive the email, send it off, and that's it. So you want to target an 85% booking rate. So any leads that call in, if you can disposition it as a booked job, like if it sounds like a potential good lead, just mark it as booked. That's all you got to do. And it will show you the booking rate as well. So as you can see here in this screenshot, it shows you in the green box a 56.3% booking rate. So as calls come in, we would kind of want to just mark those as booked. This way the algorithm continues to show our ads more and we continue to get more leads. So that's a little bit of a hack for you guys to get better results on Google Local Services. So how do you increase lead flow from Google Local Services? I've shown you how to set it up. I've showed you how to operate it. How do you increase the lead flow from it? Open up your budget. I don't know that you will find a lower cost per lead qualified. So the other thing that I'll tell you is, you can set a monthly budget. A lot of people do that, where they may say, okay, I'm going to spend a couple grand on Google Local Services, which would be $500 a week. However, you could set that to $2,000 in a week, and it doesn't mean it's going to spend it all. It just tells a signal to Google that this is what they would spend. And it will do its best to work and position you to get that amount of leads in a short period of time. That's another way you can do it, rather than wait a full month to get the leads, if that makes sense. You can expand your service areas, your job types, your ad schedule, and your business hours. So for example, if you have business hours 9 to 5, you can actually increase lead flow by saying 8 to 6, by scheduling Saturday as well. Close out every lead as booked, scheduled, or archived. That shows the platform that you are being active. And so if you disposition in this way, it's going to get you the best results. Request verified reviews on every job. And if you guys need help with any of this, just chat. If you're on Facebook, you can type in the comments, let's talk. If you're on YouTube, let's talk. If you're on Zoom, let's talk. And we can help you out with this if you have any questions. Cindy saying, let's talk. Eric, let's talk. Absolutely. Thanks, guys. So we just covered Google local services. And this is just one part of an online strategy for you guys that works. However, there's more. To really maximize your lead flow, to scale your business, we believe in a comprehensive approach. That would be a website, high converting, that's built to convert leads. Proactive search engine optimization by providing value-added content that will answer customers' questions. Focusing on your online reviews and reputation. Strategic pay-per-click campaign with remarketing. Social presence, so posting regularly in those social networks, and email marketing. So after you get those people to opt in, maybe they fill out a form, something like that, it's good to stay in front of them and have a lead nurture sequence in place. You don't want people to just opt in and then it's a ghost town. They never hear from you again. Precision tracking and measurement of your KPIs. So those key performance indicators, you want to know, what is your cost per lead? What is your cost to acquire a customer from Google local services? From pay-per-click, from SEO. All these numbers, you can have a good CRM that calculates all that for you and will just show you. And gain fast traffic and get an SEO boost with things like YouTube video shorts and TikTok videos. So would you like some help? If you would, go ahead and comment where you're seeing this video and we'll reach out to you. You can also schedule a call. You can go to excavationmarketingpros.com/schedule. You go right to our site, you'll see a schedule call button, and we can set up a call and talk about a strategy that works for you. So if you stuck around to the end of this workshop, I hope you got value out of it. And you can claim your reward, the ultimate website conversion machine guide, plus top search keywords for the excavation and septic industry. All you got to do is go to excavationmarketingpros.com/reward to go ahead and claim that now. And you'll get both of those items. Okay? So that is it. Thank you so much for spending your day with us. And I wish you much success, my friend. Thank you, and goodbye for now.
Hey there, excavation pros. If you enjoyed today's podcast, make sure to like and subscribe to our podcast and channel. Leave us your feedback and let us know how we did. And hey, if you're interested in taking your excavation or septic business to the next level online, make sure you visit excavationmarketingpros.com today and take advantage of our free resources and mastermind group for excavation and septic industry professionals.